What on earth are you doing now, Daddy?
This is a genuine, real deal Zac Higgins blank that he very kindly gave to me at Makers Central. Look at the sparkles. Now, look at the dimensions. I want to maximise this. I don't want to be cutting away any of this good blank. In the middle is a pine cone. I'm looking at the shape of the pine cone. I know it's not very original, but it's got to be an egg. It's got to be a dragon's egg. I've glued it to a wood block to maximise the blank, which is in my Easy Wood Tools Easy Chuck. We're ready to go. I'm starting off with my Easy Wood Tools Easy Rougher, and then I'm switching here to the Easy Finisher. But I'm using the tool leveler. I'm just trying to get rid of some bulk, but as you can see, that rough bit, that's chipping out, and that's a common problem when turning resin, and it's happened because I was using the tool level. If you get chipping out, stop what you're doing straight away, because you'll just keep chasing it deeper and deeper. Do something different. You're doing it wrong if you're getting chipping out. So now what I'm doing is I'm angling the tip of the tool down. I'm lifting the handle to create a slight negative rake. And as you'll see, this gets rid of all that chipping out. I will be switching to a proper negative rake cutter for doing the sort of finishing cuts. But while I'm roughing out, I'm just using this large Pro tool just to get rid of the bulk, really. But just angling it down a bit helps. And I'm getting the basic shape here, running down the sides. Yeah, you've got to have a bit of slow-mo, haven't you? Especially with these ribbon shavings. They didn't half make a mess, they went everywhere. The garage looked quite funky at the end. But yeah, getting the shape. Just working my way down until I've got it turned perfectly to round and centred. Getting it all over the camera. I lost quite a bit of footage where I hadn't spotted that I'd done that. And now we're going to switch to the proper negative rake cutters now, the Easy Wood Tools cutters. You have to match the cutter size to the handle. So I'm back using the tool level with the cutting edge on centre, and getting some lovely ribbon shavings off this and a beautiful finish. These negative rake tips really do a good job on resin. You can't beat them, really. And when you've got the tool level, you've got a lot more control over it. The moment you angle the tool upwards, you do lose a bit of that control. And it is more difficult to create a smooth curve when the tool's angled upwards, or the handle's angled upwards. Using the negative rake cutter, you can keep it on the level. Makes it a lot easier. Just using a little number 1 hollower here to get down the back there, doing the bottom edge of the egg. Negative rake cutters again. And I'm happy with that. It's a good finish, really, off the tools. And then I'm sanding from 120 to 400 with an inertia sander here. This is the Hope Pro sander. Couple of coats of Chestnut Products cellulose sanding sealer, and here you get a glimpse of the beauty underneath. What we can expect to see. I wait for that to dry, and then it's Yorkshire Grit Microfine. Put a generous amount of that on. And then it's a case of working it and working it and working it with a cloth, and then using more cloths to buff away. But you can see the finish you get with the Microfines. Taking this off the spindle, leaving it on the chuck. I'm now going to use a vacuum chuck to turn off the base. This is the Holdfast vacuum chucking system. I've made an extra spacer to go on the tailstock just to help centre it, because my tailstock holds a bit wide for this. I'm just going to tighten this up. I've cut this off to length. It says to allow 1/2 inch sticking through. I'm just going to tighten this down. This is the other part I got from Turner's Retreat. This goes on here. This is the smaller 3-inch vacuum chuck. The other thing is this, which goes in the tailstock. This is the same thread as my spindle, and I'm going to put the chuck on this, and it helps centre this onto the vacuum chuck. So we should be able to advance that into the vacuum. I didn't buy the vacuum generator because I've already got a vacuum pump, so I'm going to connect my vacuum pump to that end. Attaching that onto there. First time I've used this, so fingers crossed. And there we go. And that should be pretty well centred on there now. Just bringing up the tailstock for a bit of extra support. Going to use my Easy Wood Tools parting tool to part this off, and then I can start shaping the base of the egg. So I'm using the Easy Wood Tools carbide parting tool. These things are razor sharp. Make short work of just parting that off. But here I'm doing something wrong. Wait for it. This had to be slow-mo. But there we are. Look at that for a projectile. And the speed that spun off at. Anyway, I brought the tailstock up and I've reduced the speed, and didn't have any more problems then. It was just going too fast. I've now put a Steb centre, live centre on the back, just to offer a bit more support, and then the spike won't go into the bottom of the resin. I'm using my negative rake cutters here just to profile that. Then the Merlin 2 has saved the day again. It can do the final shaping by sanding there, just shaping and sanding the base of the egg. And then back to my Yorkshire Grit Microfine, working it again and buffing, and getting a nice shine on that. Then I've turned it round in the vacuum chuck and buffing the top half again. Finishing off a bit of work on the buffing wheel using the Vonax, and there it is. Amazing result. Looks so cool. Really beautiful blank that. All finished. Well, thank you very much, Zac. That is an amazing blank. I hope I've done it justice. Got a beautiful glassy finish on it, and it's really tactile and weighty, and it's just gorgeous. The pearlescent powder in it is, when it's difficult to show you on camera, but it looks like it's cascading down the pine cone like a waterfall inside. Let's see if I can show you that. There we go, how about that? Absolutely delighted with how that's come out. I messed up a bit with the vacuum chuck. I had the lathe speed far too high and it developed a wobble, and of course the moment you clip it with the tool it flies off. I slowed it down, had no issues whatsoever, and the Merlin 2 sander came in to rescue shaping the bottom, and it's absolutely perfect. So really pleased with that. In hindsight, I would have parted it off, shaped it more and parted it off while it was on the chuck, with the chuck attached to the headstock, and then just finished it off in the vacuum chuck. But I had the lathe speed up far too high. But there it is, one pinecone dragon's egg, and that is beautiful, beautiful blank. Really pleased with that. Thank you, Zac. and I'll put links to Zac's channel in the description. There we go. Be back soon with some more videos. Please like, share and subscribe. It all helps me a great deal, and I shall see you all soon.
More rubbish coming soon. Please like, share and subscribe.
Thanks again, folks, for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. And thanks again to Zac for the wonderful blank. I'll put links to various bits and pieces in the description. And as I said earlier, and as Mia said, please like, share and subscribe. It would really help me a lot. And I'll be back soon with some more videos. I've got some more mixed wood and resin videos coming up. All sorts of stuff going on in my head at the moment. So stay tuned.